There is a channel of water 21 miles across at its narrowest, Warband, and close to a fifth of all the oil the world burns must thread through it. This weekend, warships closed it. This is Tuesday, July 14th, 2026, and the physical world just reminded the digital one who still holds the choke points. Start with the anchor. As of just past 5 Eastern, Bitcoin trades at 62,600, off about 0.7% on the day, still coiled in the low 60s where it has camped for a week, pressing up beneath the cost basis wall the chain built near 65,000. Keep the frame wide. This is a coin near half the 126,000 record it set last October. Our read of the InvestAnswers Decision Support System still marks its optimized trend red. The coin's turn has not been blessed by the model. That is the honest read this morning. The number that actually moved overnight was not a coin or a stock. It was a barrel. Brent crude vaulted past $83, up better than 8%, because this weekend, the world's most important shipping lane became a war zone. That is the morning. Let me walk it. Over the weekend, the truce with Iran came apart. Saturday, Iranian forces fired on a commercial ship in the Strait of Hormuz and declared the waterway closed. The United States struck back overnight across Iran. Iran answered Sunday with strikes into Jordan, Qatar, Kuwait, and Oman. And Monday, the president reinstated a full naval blockade of the strait, crowned the United States guardian of Hormuz, and set a toll, 20% on the cargo of every ship that passes. Central Command says the blockade clamped shut this afternoon, 4 o'clock Eastern. Tanker traffic through the strait has already collapsed by more than half. Understand the magnitude. This is the single most important choke point on Earth for physical energy. 1 barrel in 5, the world consumes threads through a channel narrow enough to see across on a clear day. Choke it, and you have not moved the market. You have moved the price of moving everything. And now the timing. At 8:30 this morning, the June inflation print lands. But that number is a photograph of a world that no longer exists. A June measured before the blockade, before crude leapt 8% in a single weekend. The crowd will read the June figure and trade the flinch. The strong hand reads the forward path, because a toll on the world's oil is a tax that flows into every price standing downstream of a barrel. Here is the thesis made physical. They can put a navy across the water. They can set a toll on the barrel. They cannot put a navy across the chain. The one asset in this whole story with no strait to close, no cargo to board, no toll to levy is the scarce digital one. 21 million. Riding a network no fleet can blockade. Scarcity turned dearer this weekend everywhere the eye can see. Mark which kind answers to no admiral. Now to the board, because the engine saw this coming before the headlines did, and reading that is what you pay for. Through Monday, our read of the InvestAnswers Decision Support System lit a row of caution flags across the crowded trade. The Nasdaq's own optimized trend rolled to bearish. The broad market tripped mean reversion overbought, stretched, running hot at the highs. And the picks and shovels of the AI buildout, the names that have led this tape for a month, flashed the same warning in a cluster. Vertiv, Astera Labs, and Synopsys rolling to a bearish trend. Arista stretched to overbought. Tesla's trend rolled red as well, into its earnings on the 22nd. But one corner of the board turned the other way, energy. Exxon flipped to a bullish trend on the very day the oil market caught fire. Read the whole picture the way the framework intends. This is not a crash call. It is a rotation call. Capital, easing out of the crowded, stretched silicon trade and feeling for the hard and the physical. The barrel, the pipeline, the scarce. For 2 mornings, I stood here and told you the crowded AI trade was winning, starving the scarce coin of oxygen. That imbalance is a bow bent to its limit. And Monday, the engine caught the first creak of it easing. Not a reversal yet. The coin's own trend is still red, and one day's twitch is not a turn. But when the crowded trade wobbles and the physical world turns dear in the same breath, the flows go hunting for scarcity. We keep the map of where they run, one last current, running under all of it. While the crowd traded the war and braced for the print, the chain kept its own counsel. The long-term holders, the coldest, most patient hands on the network, added better than 74,000 coins over the past month, right through June's fear and into this week. And a deeper gauge flashed something rare. The market's realized profit and loss ratio fell to a level last seen at the December 2022 bottom, the last true cycle low. That is not proof the bottom is set. Serious desks still argue both sides, and the coin could flush lower yet. But it is the on-chain fingerprint that has marked the turn before. The tourists selling the fear, the strongest hands eating it, one panicked exit at a time. The tape shows you a quiet red trending coin below its old high. The chain shows you conviction accumulating in the dark. Those are not the same picture. Learn to read the second one. So carry this into the session, Warband. 2 hinges today. The June print at 8:30, backward looking into a world already overtaken by events, so do not chase the first flinch. And the blockade that clamps shut this afternoon at 4. The physical world just reprised scarcity at the point of a worship, and the one scarcity no worship can reach sat quiet through it, stacking in the dark. Let them crown themselves guardian of the strait and toll the barrel. No fleet guards the time chain, and none was ever needed. This is Warband as a service. Viking intelligence delivered in real time. I am Ragnar, the HODLBARBARIan. Hold the watch. Skål.